and I smelled Samsara, and instantly I knew I was going to love Guerlain forever. And that stuff, it literally just kills cats dead. I mean, it just literally kills them dead. Goodbye, out of here, to cat heaven. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Recently I put a little poll on my Ouch One I Know Smelly Friends group on Facebook, which if you haven't joined already, hurry up and go over and join, okay? We need you over there, we need the numbers. We don't really, we're having a great time. Don't join if you don't want, it's fine. I did a quick poll about which fragrance you guys would most like to see reviewed in May, and this one came top. Guerlain always wins. Everybody wants to know about Guerlain. I mean, you know, they are one of the greatest fragrance houses in the entire world, so why not? Anyway, today I'm reviewing The Instant by Guerlain. This is the Eau de Toilette version. I've never smelled the Eau de Parfum version, and there are a few other flankers of it as well. There's a men's one, and there's a Instant Magic Elixir one, which apparently is super powdery. But anyway, this one I've always been intrigued by. This has been the Guerlain fragrance that I've wanted to smell so many times, but it always just passes me by. Do you ever have that when you think, I must smell that next time I go fragrance shopping, and then you come back and you go, oh, I didn't smell it? That's happened to me 1,000 times with this fragrance. So, yay, I've got it, and yay, I've worn it, and yay, I'm going to review it for you. So, here we go. This is a floral fragrance, came out in 2005. The perfumer is Maurice Roussel, which, if you don't know already, he's one of the greats. He made loads and loads of stuff, which I mentioned in a recent review, namely Musc Ravageur for Frederic Malle, and loads. He's made, I mean, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. This is not what I was expecting at all, but yes, it's Guerlain, so why not try it? I mean, they've got so many things out there, ranging from there, to there, to there, to there. What are the notes? The top notes are green apple, bergamot, grapefruit, and blackcurrant. Fruity, forest fruity, sharp kind of things going on there. The heart notes are magnolia, jasmine, neroli. Ooh, that really scared me. The heart notes are magnolia, jasmine, neroli, lily of the valley, and gardenia. Tons of white flowers. And then the base note, the base note is amber. That's it. So, let me put this on my skin and let it just waft around a bit while you guys go and get a cup of tea, or whatever it is you do when you watch my reviews. Listen to other people, I'm guessing. So, this fragrance is totally not what I was expecting from the bottle, the notes, everything. I was expecting a possibly sharp fruity opening with a really solid white floral heart. But let me tell you, it doesn't smell like that at all to me. It doesn't really even smell Guerlain-like. I don't know how I can say that because they literally have hundreds of fragrances and I've only smelled probably a tenth of them. But I have this idea in my head of what Guerlain florals smell like. Refined, French, kind of full-bodied kind of things going on. I mean, you know, that's just ridiculous because they've got so many others. But anyway, let me carry on. The first thing that hits me about this is how unexpectedly punchy it is. I was expecting all of these smooth notes to come out, and I was also expecting, like I said, bergamot, grapefruit, blackcurrant, green apple. That's a real sharp collection of fruits going on there, but it doesn't really smell like any of those. But it smells like one of those to me. It smells mainly appley, a little bit, but the main thing that sticks out from it is lily, and I mean real lilies. You know that kind of waft you get when somebody has lilies in a room and you get that lovely waft that comes over, and I don't know about you, but I always go, oh, lilies. I've always loved the smell of fresh lilies. They have that full-on pollen-y type feeling that almost kind of stings your nose, but in a really nice way because it just feels very natural. And that smells like this. This smells like that, rather. What am I on about today? Oh my god, get a grip. It's really strange that the last review that I did was by Kilian's Voulez-vous coucher avec moi, because that had a ton of gardenia in it, and I recently reviewed, well not recently, but another fragrance I talked about in that one was Narciso, the white version, which also has a lot of gardenia in it. I'm getting to know gardenia. I'm getting to know what you're all about, lady. It gives a very strange sour lactonic feel to a fragrance, and it's very strange that I reviewed that one recently because people say on Fragrantica that Lindt and the by Guerlain one feel the same, and I totally get it. I totally get it. Although this is probably a quarter of the price. It's got a rough edge to it. Lilies, when you smell them, even though this says Lily of the Valley, lilies in general have a rough edge to them. They're not a smooth flower in any way. Jasmine, magnolia are, but they don't have a look in this. This is Lily of the Valley and gardenia in a kind of spiky feeling fragrance. This isn't a sweet, refined, kind of glamorous floral. This is a little bit rough. This is a little bit tingly on the nose, and it's got a kind of high-pitched feeling. It doesn't feel like a Guerlain fragrance to me, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's got this almost, I don't want to say astringent, because that makes it sound like it's a really horrible fragrance, but it isn't. But it's not, when you smell it, it's not like an, oh my god, that's pleasant. This is quite a solid floral in terms of, it smells floral, like nature kind of floral smelling. And from the bottle, I was expecting different, but I'm glad I've smelled it because I'm quite surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. There's something else I want to mention as well, which is not always the best thing to do, but when I smelled Le Panther by Cartier, I feel the same about this as I did about that. It's that floral thing where it's like it's almost pleasant, but it isn't. It's more like a hardcore, flowery, pollen type floral rather than a petally type floral. That sounds weird, but that's just how my brain works. Sorry about it. I thought it was going to be more citrusy in the opening, but it isn't. It's, like I said, it's the appley type side of it, and then it's lilies. It's pollinated air waft of real flowers going past your nose, and that's great. I would love to smell this full on in spring and really spray it on and feel the kind of, I guess, unusual glamour of it. That would be fun. I want to mention amber, because amber is the only base note. The amber never ever is a showcase note. I feel like they used amber solely for its kind of character purposes, or its job, where it holds or lengthens out a fragrance. It's not like Shalimar, where amber is a real prominent note. This is all about the florals in the heart, with an accent of apple at the top. Jasmine is unheard of in this. This is, and also magnolia, it's unheard of. Magnolia is a really prominent and distinctive flower, but this is gardenia and lily, really. So it feels, I think, older than it is. This is a 2005 fragrance, but it feels like they might have been going for kind of a nod to older florals, which is great. It's really, really cool in that way. I like that it doesn't soften. A lot of the times when you're waiting for a dry down, you know, fragrances tend to soften on dry down, but this one really doesn't. This stays floral through and through, and it holds on to those petals and that pollen. I want to say it's sharp, but it isn't sharp in that way. It's more spiky. I said that a minute ago, but spiky is a really weird way to describe a fragrance, but sometimes florals have that kind of spiky feeling. If you smelled Chance by Chanel, it's a floral fragrance, but it has a kind of spiky, rough feeling, and that's what this feels like, when I expected it to be smooth, and it isn't. It stays fairly linear. There's no bass note really to speak of, so it doesn't ever really transition too much from one thing to the other. It's one of those ones, like I've said a million times, where when you spray it on, you know what you're going to get. That's how it smells, and that's what you're going to smell like. But I do imagine that in certain weathers or in certain types of people and the amount sprayed, this could be a gorgeous, subtle, floral bouquet sort of just lifting off of your skin. So I love it for that reason. So that's my review of Lindt by Guerlain. If you want to go and get this fragrance instantly, you can go to martino.co.uk or .com. They sell it there. I'll post links below. I'm up to Manoka down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.